Hello friends, welcome back to Pantedguild. So at the end of last episode, we got ourselves a caravan. Let's talk about diplomacy. Ipan Ikionmo, I think this is the same name, that is back again, meeting with Solnir, talking about all sorts of fun trade stuff. So they're going to add some information. We're doing pretty good across the board with most things, I think. In terms of like goods, we can either make or we have most things. I mean, I know I've got a lot of work orders out there, but to me, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to order things. I mean, I guess we could order things just to help out with our own like stockpile situation and our own work order situation. Like, what are we making that's going to need a lot of effort? I always am a fan of looking for alcohol. I mean, we have so many crafts, though. We may as well just buy some random stuff. So we'll go with the tried and true drinks request. Oh, these are humans, by the way, so they're going to be bringing different styles of drinks, which is always good. Anything else? Animals are always helpful. Is it pets or was it just animals? Maybe cages with animals in them. Garden vegetables, that's adorable. We got backpacks, quivers, miscellaneous. I've heard those human buckets are pretty solid. I don't know. Is there a loon goose leather? I wonder if there's a instruments here that we could maybe just grab from them. I think it's under tools. Remember, I was having a little bit of trouble with the whole problem with the fact that instruments are randomly generated in each world. So it's kind of hard to get a sense of which things are actual full instruments or not. Like, I need to make some I wanted to make some wind instruments at some point for our own entertainers. Ah, there we go. We got a bunch of pets in here. I guess we'll keep asking for random animals, because I am kind of somewhat sacrificing some here and there in order to meet any requests for bone. So we may as well just keep the trade going with animals. I mean, it kind of makes sense, honestly. That's not a bad thing to do. We've got the money for it, so why not request some trade? And then we can keep having babies, animal babies, and then sacrificing said animal babies and getting delicious meats out of that and skins and whatnot. Otherwise, I'm fairly happy with what we've got, I think. Let's ask them for some crossbows in case they want to bring us some, like, awesome, super high-quality artifact crossbows. But otherwise, I don't think we're going to get much. We've got a ton of different styles of seeds here. These could be above-ground seeds. I'm just going to ask them for fun to have it in a stockpile. All right, that's good enough. We are requesting a bunch of stuff. They want seeds, apparently. Maybe I should be only trading with one particular thing instead of going with multiples. But let's jump down a little bit to our trade depot, F2 if I remember correctly. They've got all their stuff here. Let's bring over our own lovely assortment of finished goods. I'm trying to look for the things that are distance of like 10 or less, because I'm pretty sure that indicates that it's the stuff that's really close by. Right? I mean, like, it's literally... Okay, so it'd be like anything within 10 to 20 feet or distance would be the items on this floor. Although, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's actually not a great measurement because you can actually get downstairs to the other storage area faster than you can get to this storage area. So here I was talking about all the lovely reasons to have your storage area nearby. We don't want our ammo. I really want to be able to label these things. These are the finished good bins that actually, for some reason, are still on the table. We'll bring some weapons in case they want to just buy some individual weapons, I guess. We don't necessarily have to sell them. I'll just bring whichever bins have a ton of value to it. Probably won't sell my ammo. Did you guys want anything for this particular trade adventure here? What was our deal last year? We are trading with... Uh-oh, I don't remember who's whom. Seeds. This is for imports from Leram Damas. Ah, this is actually, I think, a different... No, this is the same city. Nil Shadim, our government, Oh, the goblin is different. Oh, we actually do have peace here with the goblins. Interesting. This is so awesome. Look at the exports and offerings. The offerings from the goblins is vengeance. The exports are terror. That's pretty smart. I like that. I don't remember what we had for last year. Like what would be valid for this particular trade venture? Maybe I shouldn't accept the diplomacy screen until I double check on that. All right, we'll let everybody do some trading. We'll bring those items up. Did we ever satisfy our dear noble? No, it's still considered to be decent, modest, not decent. So I'm going to have to add some more furniture in this particular area. Bit of a bummer. Apparently you cannot smooth stone that's under a tomb. A tomb. Let's go ahead and cancel this so I can smooth those 2 pieces of stone. We'll probably wind up coming back and adding more goods in a little bit. I think this is starting to look pretty good though. Remember what we've done here is to remove and mine out all of the wall and then construct the wall instead and replace everything. I would love to get like an order where I can build something and it just replaces whatever's under it. That'd be a fantastic quality of life mod. I do remember that from RimWorld, actually. This is our new living area that has not really been fleshed out yet. We do have our doors ready, at least a couple. So let's continue to place down those. Almost ready to designate rooms. Getting closer. Yeah, this fort is starting to get pretty freaking busy. Lots of stuff going on with 60 some odd dwarves. 69 dwarves at last head count. All right, so all of our chests have been placed. That'll be helpful. I think we've got all of our cabinets down. We do. Nice. What else can we take a look at? Our hospital's looking pretty good. We still need more doors for that, but at least we've got the beds in place. So if anyone needs to use that, they can. Do we have any spare chests to put into the hospital? Yes, we do. I'll put those chests down. We'll put a few here and there. I might even do, let's see, this is where surgery might happen. It's not exactly Project Hospital, but we'll simulate the fact that maybe there's like a trauma treatment area right in the middle of the room. This is where dwarves are treated, and then this is where the surgery happens. I don't know. We'll experiment with that a little bit later. We do have some spare bone for the next person who becomes obsessed with crafting. Nice. How is our massive excavation going? Remember, we did set up our first guild hall in one of the last episodes, so this belongs to the Teal Root. Teal Root. I'm just going to duplicate the name up here so I know what it is. I think that's the meeting place name, and then this is the location name. Yeah. So the Teal Root, I don't know what they need per se. Meeting place next at... Oh, I think this is the title because it's only worth 30 whatever. And once we make the room with a value of 2,000, it's going to be... the next... Oh, okay. I bet Guildhall is one of the titles here. Like, meeting place seems to be like, you know, village, village, settlement, city, village, whatever it happens to be. I bet that based on the value, that room can get higher and higher. You know what we really need? What we don't have is statues. And in order to make sure the statues are what I want them to be, like, again, we're having some trouble where I think Alice is grabbing from other stockpiles for this particular thing. Like, let's see. If I make this happen right now, what's she doing? Let's find Alice. I want to watch where she's grabbing items from, because this is kind of going to answer my question about... Somehow she lost her name again. What is going on with my loss of individuality here? Yeah, Alice is our stone carver crafter person. So let's follow you. You are currently drinking. That's fair. Euphoric because you're drunk. You've been with been gone from family for a long time. Did we get another immigrant wave? Oh my gosh, we did. We just got a back-to-back immigrant wave. I can see the number starting to count up and up and up. You did just grab a piece of stone, and you did grab mudstone, so at least that part is correct. I guess as long as she keeps pulling from the correct pile, I'm pretty happy. Oh, it does tell you what they're hauling right here. I don't have to go to the item screen to see that. Man, she is so quick. She makes an item and then, like, immediately bamps it out. Okay, so I guess this is kind of working the way we want it to. She is making lots of those things. Why do we still have this artifact here? A mudstone ring. Didn't we have, at some point... Oh, I think I deleted it on accident. That's right. I wanted to have a place where our most vaunted artifacts are stored. And I think I'll just put it down here in the temple area for the moment. It's pretty far away from everything. So if I do this, we wanted to do finished goods, because they're all, I think, considered to be finished goods. And then custom. And the quality, the core quality is only artifact. That is what I want in this particular bin. Man, one thing I would love to see is a stockpile prioritization system like RimWorld has. That is really helpful. So if you have A stockpile and B stockpile, in RimWorld you're able to tell the game that A stockpile is a normal standard, but B stockpile is critical. So if both stockpiles have the same matching item, B would get the item because it has a higher criticality to it. So you can have like more of like a catch-all stockpile, and then from there you can kind of filter out based on priority level. I think that'd be fantastic, a little quality of life improvement now that we're moving into the realm of other updates. Like at this point, I'm happy with the amount of features. I would love to see more of these little tiny quality of life areas come in. It did work though. We did grab our artifacts that were kind of hanging around. Did notice that Jade's, Alice's shop here had random artifacts around. So let's start making some statues. I'm not going to do a ton, but because she's such a quality craftsman, I'm going to make 10 rocks. Yeah, we're going to do 20 rock statues. And because she is of high quality, these statues should become fairly valuable. And that way we can place them in different parts of the keep that we need to improve the quality of the room. So just having a quality statue inside of the guild hall would wind up eventually making it a higher quality area. Let's do a couple of random tables here. We'll actually make this like a tried and true little meeting place, so a couple of chairs to hang out. I don't know if you're going to need storage, but we'll put down a little chest here for the secret guild items. The old guild chalice, for example. Can I put an offering place in here, like an altar? Maybe they'll use this as where they do their speeches from. How is our excavations going of our grand project? It looks pretty good. I did have to redo this area because it kept the hill, this little hill thing here. So if I wind up doing this again, we should channel on down to where we need to be. That is good. Channel U, channel U. Again, we don't want to actually channel the central pillar. Although at this point, there's nothing holding up. Maybe I don't have to worry about it. I could always just come back and build the pillars later. And this would make life a lot easier, not having to worry about these hills here. Although there are floors already above, so at this point it might be more trouble than it's worth. I'll just continue to do this for now. Smarter, not harder. There we go. All right, more excavations, please. Without collapsing. That is the key. That's the big ask, my friends. Dig without murdering yourselves. Man, these temples are getting pretty busy. I might have thought about increasing the size. What I can do eventually is reclaim. Like, we'll just use the hallway. We'll make a new hallway outside. And we'll add a wall. And we'll just extend the size of the room. That would be a pretty good option. All right, good job, miners. Doing fantastic. Let's take a quick look at our trade depot. We have moved our goods. Let's go ahead and request our broker Solnir to come over to the depot. Solnir's taking a quick hot minute break to get a drink. And in this episode, I do want to come back to and talk about military a little bit more. Are our military dwarves still training? They are, in fact, still training. We have Kiffy, who is strong. We've got Doggo, who's hanging out there. Zverda, also strong. Lovely. Stamina. High stamina there. high stamina on Kikrost, Rimitar, tough and high stamina. Who's our 5th? Why are we missing someone still? It's been a minute since I started this squad up. Where is Stinthod? Stinthod should be joining the crew. Did I pick somebody who was weak again? Was that what we found out at the end of the last episode? No, you're strong. Oh, you are worshipping. I literally just saw you on my screen. I don't know why I didn't put 2 and 2 together. All right, so we are going to go ahead and do some trading now that Solnir is here. Wow, you all have nothing. There's our barrels of alcohol, I think. Radish wine. Yeah, I'm going to take all of the alcohol. Any update to alcohol is good. We'll go ahead and grab a couple of things of cloth. I know it seems expensive, but we have a lot of goods to trade. Do we not deserve a 3-wide cart? Is that the problem? Maybe we're not big enough yet. Bunch of cow cages and dog cages. I'll go ahead and take all of these. Bull, cow, a daze. This is kind of cool. It's it's just a giant... Oh, I think this is a wind instrument. 2,000, 1,000. Man, this is expensive. This is what we're going to be trading in, is instruments. This will be the core of the Pantedguild trade income and export. I don't know if I want the giant gong. That might keep some people awake at night. Let's double check that I'm not accidentally shipping away a nice... No, wait. See, again, water skins are mixed with our crowns. I didn't really want that, but we should have enough to keep... That's why we have a work order, in case I trade them away. I do not want to trade away my bolts, because those are useful. I don't want to trade my iron... Well, no, we're going to keep our iron bars. I thought we had organized this properly where quivers aren't stored in the same area as trade goods, but apparently not. So we are only at... Yeah, we have to bring a lot more stuff to the table here. Literally. So let's request some more goods. Let's go back down to bins here. I'm going to find a nice collection of finished good bins. This is probably where the community is going to step in and really kind of start helping with mods. I'm curious of how the integration with Steam Workshop is going to go. I really haven't checked it today. I probably should. Finished goods. There we go. And yeah, even just a different way to organize your stuff. We have so many finished goods bins. Where's our artifact bin? I'm kind of curious of what that caps out at. We've got 2 items in that one. And it should have a pretty extreme value, right? Because it's got I mean, 2 artifacts are worth quite a bit. I don't think we're ever going to really sell those unless we, are desperate for one particular type of thing. This might be it here, actually. Finished goods bin with 2 items. It's also one of the farthest away. I think this is it. It's got a 2,000 question mark, which means it's probably not an accurate count either. All right, we'll see if these new barrels and bins will help out. Where's my fighters at? We've got 4 dwarfs training still. What are you doing, buddy? I'm a little bit annoyed at Stinthod here. Is he still praying? He's still worshipping. Gonna call you Holy Man. No, we'll call him Deacon. That's a pretty cool name. You're gonna be called Deacon, just because I'm catching you here at the temple a million times in a row. Wander. Unmet need to wander. I don't know entirely what that means. Now, we are able, by the way, I keep forgetting this, we're able to send dwarves other places. Like, we can kick dwarves out of here. I can only expel them. I don't really want to, obviously, expel any dwarves. Could I just send my own? Hang on. If I center on my fort and I click here, nope, that doesn't do anything. The only thing I can do is send people on... Huh, I used to have an option for missions, I thought. Center on the fort. Artifacts. I don't have any active missions. We don't have any missing citizens, thankfully. I swear there was a thing where I could actually initiate a raid or something. Burrow defensive order, train, patrol, go to a position, or attack something. That's the only options we've got here. Where did that option go to? Maybe it's only early game? No idea. I really do think that was a thing. More people, so I'm really curious as why people are continuing to haul things to trade depots and locations and stockpiles that don't. Like, this stockpile surely does have a wheelbarrow. Really awkward that they're still storing stuff without a wheelbarrow. This might just be quality of life stuff, to be honest. Do we have any animals scaring away our animals? Oh, hi, we've got a wolf pack hanging around here. That is not fantastic. They're actually just right above the fort, too. Where do they go? They're all... Yeah, they're actually really close to the main entrance. Not great. So, we've got the wolf puppies here. God, we really need to get this squad, the ranged archery squad, working too. Alright, do another trade now that our goods bin has been upgraded. I wonder if it caps out each bin at 1,000 value. Like, you just keep putting stuff into it until it's at 1,000 or 2,000 value. There's a bunch of earrings. I think one of these groups did want helmets or crowns. I can't remember if that was our dwarven group or if that was this particular group. Nice, though, they actually kept our trade request. What I've already checked. Oh. No, it did not. Excess weight. Oh. Apparently. Got to be careful about that, too. If we don't take enough away from them, they're going to wind up being too heavy to go home. I want to take their Ozen. I want to take their little guitar as well. What did I just give them that's so valuable? We're giving them 13... Hold up. I clicked on something that I might... Nope, I accidentally gave them an artifact. So the artifact... Nope, that's not it. It's only worth 2,000. Did I check every single box? That's what I did. I accidentally hit every single box in here. No wonder it's going to be so valuable. Of course. Right, so let me clean this up a little bit. And then we'll start kind of matching where we need to be. Yeah, these crowns don't look like they're doubled in value. They just like your, you know, your good old standard crowns. Everybody gets a crown. If everyone has a crown, no one's the king. How do we have any type of leadership? All right, let me check a few of these and figure out where we need to be in price. Because I think all I was going to grab is barrels of alcohol, a couple of things of wool, and cloth, just to have. So we've got pets. We've got our own set of eggs, I think. You know, I actually don't know if we've ever been collecting eggs because I don't have a box, a nesting box, which they might want. All right, they're short for 3,000 or so in value. More finished goods, please. Each time we do this, we are increasing the value of our fort because we're increasing the... Well, I think when we create the item is when the value is truly applied to the fort. All right, so that's a value. That's a profit of about 1,000 dwarf bucks. We're giving them 9,000 in trade. I'm going to go ahead and accept the trade. Ecstatic to be trading with us. I don't mind if we give them a little bit extra, mostly because it's not that hard to just queue up a new order, and it's only time. It only takes time to replenish those orders. We're so close yet so far from the bedroom area downstairs. Hey, our fifth dwarf has finally joined us. All right, so that squad is up and running. Let's get our other squad fixed up because we're getting more and more reasons to have a squad of archers. And now that we have so many dwarves on site, I am going to try to grab a full squad of 10 archers. So let's go back here. Nobody's a Marks dwarf, so we're just going to pick and choose at random. And again, I am kind of just grabbing some people that I've already know and some people that I think would just not pull out of the main labor pool, right? So we don't really need trappers. We don't really do a lot of outdoorsy stuff, especially. I mean, this group is going to be the outdoorsy group. I'll leave a fish cleaner in there somewhere. Pretty much anything that has like an animal job, I'm going to steal. Like animal caretaker doesn't really do anything. Okay. I think this will do it. Take the miller. And that's going to be the cobalt deer. Yeah, sure, that sounds fine. The cobalt deer in Squad A. Let me rename them a little bit. I guess I can rename them somewhere, but apparently not in the other screen. Maybe right here? Yeah. We're going to call them archers. And we're going to call these guys... I think I have to just hit this, and then we're going to say the axe dwarfs. Axe dwarves. Is it with a V or F? I don't know. All right, so with the archer squad, let's talk about their equipment. So first things first, we want to assign them the leather archer group. So they are going to all try to grab a iron crossbow and then some leather equipment and then all the things they need there. That's fine. In terms of the schedule, I'm going to try them on training because I'm just curious to see what that does. And then we do have to assign them barracks. So this is where they, archers here, eat, sleep, and live. This is where they train in the archery range. I don't know if I don't think I want to assign this barracks to them because otherwise they're not going to shoot anything, but I don't know if they need to worry about... I guess we'll just experiment over time. That's always better. I'm going to manually give them a training order too. So like we have constant training as a routine, and in that routine we are training with at least 10 dwarves. They're all getting armored up at the moment. None of our dwarves seem unhappy. Unmet need martial training. How is that an unmet need? That's funny. If you keep dwarves in a squad for too long, they might get a little bit upset. And maybe that's what we're seeing here in terms of be with family, be with friends. Yeah, so we might have to release this squad after a little bit. I'm really confused as how you don't have more martial training. Dabbling axe dwarf, competent, dabbling, novice. So there are some other ways to creatively increase your ability to train your squad. I think there was like, it used to be trap floors or something like that, where dwarves had to train in a room that was filled with traps. And by dodging the traps on the ground, they wound up greatly increasing their ability to dodge. So that was one way to increase like a dodging type of skill. But I don't know if some of these skills have translated over. Take a quick peek. Oh, the thing's in cages. How do I release an animal in a cage? We did just get a bunch of new critters. I do want to go ahead and train up our new war dog. Oh, we have so many dogs available. I'm going to train them all as war dogs. That might seem a bit excessive. I think they still reproduce if they're just normal, if they're war dogs, I think. So we should continue to have puppies, although we still have puppies, I would say, in the queue. We do have puppies kind of roaming around here. Make sure with our new arrivals, our new arrivals, I haven't even checked the new arrivals. Have no idea if there's anyone that really jumps out at us. Let's make sure that we've assigned any new critters here. Ah, okay, so I think if it's in a cage and we check this box, we release it into the cage. So we are going to assign some random critters here. The beast, of course, stays loose. We never mess with the beast. You mess with the rabbit beast, you get the teefers. There we go. So they're bringing all the animals. I think they brought them out of the cages. Perfect. Where's our wolf pack at? I think wolves are a little bit skittish. They don't go crazy aggressive unless they happen to go into an enraging situation. Why did you bring them? That was really awkward. They went all the way up and then over. So confusing. All right, now that the dog is here, just to remember, just to change this so I don't forget, I wanted to remove that one dog that I released here. Cool. All right, back to it. We've got our trainers here. Hey, our archers are actually training in archery. This is going to go through so many bolts. Oh my gosh. Are you actually wearing leather? You do have your leather shoe, leggings, water skin, leather armor. That's good. What does the equip screen look like? We're missing a lot of leather helms. We must have sold those. And we're missing some backpacks. I think we do have a work order for water skins and, yeah. We might actually be out of... Oh, you know what? The only leather worker is Verda, and she's in the military. And I've assigned this to her. So we're going to free this leather worker shop up so anyone can start doing the leather working. That's why we're so far behind. Zverda's been too busy trying to do the military stuff. Aha, it makes sense now. So what happens when you run out of bolts? That's my question. You've got 2 bolts left. Let's watch you. There's 1. There's 2. Okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to go pick up equipment. Right now you have nothing. You're going all the way down to this particular ammo area, and you've just grabbed another 25 arrows. Why did you go there, but not 2 feet to your right? Some of the decisions will always boggle my mind. And as far as I know, again, we still have no way to specify what type of arrow they use. I should really start watching some other Let's Plays to double check on that. Yes, like it does say what you've got. Can I assign arrows here? No, I don't think so. I want a squad of blowgunners only. Yeah, I think it's just a default, like, grab X amount of bolts wherever they happen to be. So, how much ammunition do we have overall? Whoa, okay. Maybe I don't have to worry too much. We have 5,000 bolts right now. Granted, we can go through this really quick, because when they're training, all they're doing is non-stop shooting. So this squad is just absolutely peppering this area with the iron bolts. So perhaps what I should do is next time I do training with this group, make all of the iron arrows, forbid the iron arrows, and only have the wooden bolts available. That could be a possibility. Where are we at in our wooden bolt order? I imagine we're still kind of a ways away. Forge iron bolts, forge wooden. No, we've made quite a few wooden bolts. Maybe that's the key. We say something like, oh, actually, all of these are filled. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to extend this room a bit. Since I have so much ammunition, it's going to need more of a dedicated storage area. So we're going to mine this out. I'm going to stop this squad from training for a little bit. Just go ahead and say no order. And I'm going to set their schedule to just off duty for now. Also curious of what they do with their equipment. Although this barracks has not been as nicely set up as the other barracks. Do we still have armor stands ready to go? It looks like we did wind up making another batch of armor stands. Lovely. So that is there. Cabinets, no, chests I think are what we were using here. I bet we're out of chests because I did place a lot. Ooh, please let me place all of them. Please let me place all of them. Yes. Awesome. And then do we have new weapon racks as well? I think we might. Hey, perfect. Okay, so both groups will have nice, complete barracks. So, how about... I mean, if I start training them in the other room, it's not really going to be all that helpful for them. I think we might have enough to add to the other squad as well. This is working out fairly well. What happens if we start to rotate through the schedule. What if I just click on staggered training? Again, I haven't touched the orders at all. I'm just leaving it on default setting. And then I'm going to clear out the manual order and just leave the routine the same. I'm curious if they're going to appropriately stagger and store their stuff. So they're storing their item in the stockpile. What? You are... Okay, so you're immediately started to go do... Okay, that's fair. This is a... I'm going to do my normal work stuff. Because we have the setting, I think, in this group where I have to view the monthly schedule. If I look at staggered training, it is currently Malachite. I think they are equip orders only. Oh, they're still wearing their gear. Some of them stripped down. Some of them didn't. So maybe it's just a personal preference thing. Let's just watch what Zverda does for a bit. So she took off her helmet. She's going to store her own item. Oh my god, did she use it in the appropriate way? She did. She randomly stored her helmet. One particular thing. This is so interesting. She dropped off her weapon here. I really wish they would use the armor rack. She's storing like one thing at a time. So she dropped... Holy crap, this is so confusing. At least it's close by. Do I need to give each of them their own stockpile? So she stored the left gauntlet. Did she seriously drop one single right gauntlet here? I think she literally dropped one right gauntlet in this particular storage area. Oh my gosh. Some of this stuff boggles my mind. Once you really dig into it, you're like, wait, what? Why? So she, okay, at least she stored her stuff. Then she grabbed a leather, I don't know what, backpack. She's naked. She stored her food over here. Okay. And now she's going to go grab some stuff. A random glove. Is she just... Maybe she dropped her clothes originally when she was squatted up. I think she did. I think she literally dropped all her clothes where she stood. So I don't want to mess with the schedule too much, but if they're training... No, sorry, I think it's uniform. Equip. They're all equipped. And they're all... It replaces the clothing. I think that's the part that I wanted to change. Replaces clothing, worn over clothing. Is that way they can just like take their clothes off and they're not going to be buck naked and have to walk all over the place. So if you wear all over your clothing, that might change that scenario. Our traders will be leaving soon. Okay, we've done all of our trading, I think. Let's find Zverda again because I really want to kind of just follow one person and see what their process is when they're doing the military stuff. So she picked up her axe. She is an axe dwarf, though, so that does kind of make sense that she keeps it. Random leather shirt. She's just getting her clothing from all over the place. That was probably her bedroom. Yep. And then she dropped a bunch of her stuff. She dropped a bunch of stuff off at her workshop. And I think we're back into the weird phase where they're going to cycle through stuff again. Pick up equipment. Yeah. I think this is a bug. Store your own thing. I think she's just getting looped in a permanent bug. She hauled her battle axe. Now she's going to go pick up her gear. Yeah, so all 5 of my military dwarves are probably doing this right now. So I don't think the staggered training thing is going to work whatsoever. They're either going to have to be off duty or actively training. So I'm going to have to manually do this, I think. Let's see what she does now that I've turned this off completely. That seems like a little bit better, although she randomly just stored... God. The level of bugs, man. The level of bugs sometimes blows my freaking mind. Why? Why would you go all the way here to store your leather left-handed shoe or left-footed shoe in a protein storage area? She's hauling her iron battle axe. Now she's going to go pick up her equipment yet again, which was down here for some reason. Holy cow. Yeah, no wonder you should sleep. I'd be exhausted after that. All right, what else are my other squaddies doing here? Let's go check Kiffy out, see if he's also stuck in this weird eternal thing. I mean, this is a bit of a problem for bigger fortresses if the military is like constantly looping here. Am I losing his name every time he comes off duty? Well, my love affair, my love affair might be going the way of the buffalo here with Dwarf Fortress. It's fine. I mean, we identify a lot of bugs, and I think hopefully over time they can get fixed up. You're back to storing your own stuff again. Store your own item. I mean, this is kind of a complete crap show. It seems like the only thing I can do is lose these dwarves forever. They have to be permanently on duty. No, there we go. So you're finally doing some actual work. So you're storing stuff in a bin. You're hauling an iron boot. You just turned around to drop that boot off. I mean, it's pretty nutty. Attending a meeting. I don't think you know where the meeting is. You're just kind of patrolling the hallway. He might be trying to meet with this person who keeps running around. Man, watching a dwarf is kind of tiring. He was unable to make romance. That's so sad. He just randomly took his pants off. I mean, I don't know if this fort is falling apart due to this kind of activity. If this is what's happening, no wonder no one's getting stuff done. Do I have some kind of weird burrow restriction or like take your pants off restriction going on? All of this stuff is canceled or paused, so there's no burrow restrictions. What are random dwarves doing? Like non-military dwarves. You guys are just all kids. You're a farmer. You're also in that loop where you're picking up your equipment nonstop. Even though both of you are off duty. Oh my gosh. Picking up your equipment. Why? I mean, it's kind of nuts. Now you're going to go harvest stuff. You are at least wearing leather. And then you're going back to store your gear. Holy crap. It has to be an order of operators that I've got wrong, but I don't know how to fix it at this point. So we've got the barracks here. The barracks are set to be a place where dwarves store their individually assigned weapons here. And their ammunition here. I mean, no. I guess we can say no to that. So you just sleep here and store your gear here. I mean, just look at all the dwarves that are coming to store stuff and then walking away. Is it the equip thing? Is it because they're trying to... I mean, what is truly the off-duty setting? Sleep in your room at will. Equip... Maybe I should just say always. Just equip always by default. Maybe that would make it easier and they stop dropping and picking up all the time. Wait, what did I just change there? That was the schedule, not the assignment thing. So just sleep in your barracks. No, sleep in your room. Always wear your stuff. Could that possibly help out? I mean, granted, it's going to probably tire out the military dwarves, the axe dwarves. I don't know why you're actually training. I guess you have nothing to do. You might come train on your own. That's Kikrost. Yeah, I'm just watching them go crazy, though. I mean, it's going stockpile to stockpile, nonstop. That's pretty crazy. All right. We'll let that run for a bit. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still just a few dwarves who are getting stuck like that. So maybe it's not a big deal. But if that's all these dwarves do all day, we're always going to lose our military squad. And your military squad does have to be released every so often so they can go socialize and, you know, do other activities. So, yeah. Oh, shoot. We've got a random... Oh, that's super awkward. How did this manage to get the way it is? I just realized. How is this here? There's nothing supporting this massive pillar of wall. Oh, I guess it's attached to the ceiling, maybe? I think that's what it is. Oh, awkwardness. Well, if we make a floor... God, the floor is going to collapse, isn't it? And as soon as I mine this out, it's going to just become a floor with no upward support or bottom support, and it's going to collapse. This is going to get kind of really ugly really quick. Let's make this... No access. Well, yeah. We're going to have to wait for this to be built. I think I'm going to have to tie in the floor to the supports so that the entire thing doesn't collapse. And then kind of like back deconstruct over time. Or we can say this is how people are executed. We walk them off the dwarven plank, if you will. I mean, I could connect this to the pillars and it could, you know, it can kind of be like rafters, maybe. That could be an option. It would also let me get to this level. Oh my goodness, what a mess. All right, let's continue our hot mess with doing more hot messes here. I think I want to go ahead and remove all of the downward ramps. Yep, that should be fine. It's not going to disable or collapse anything because all we're doing is removing the ramp part. And then we're going to channel that floor out. Here's to hoping. Hey, why didn't you... You should have been channeled out a long time ago. There you go. Places of worship is busy. How's our guild hall doing? Any better improved quality guild hall now? It is up to 1,000 in value because I added a bunch of stuff. Do we have any new statues yet? We might because they stagger them. Let's place 2 statues here and see if that improves the room quality. And then in failing that, I'm also going to go ahead and give it a smoothing order. And we'll see what that looks like. Just for fun, we're experimenting with some of these locations. I also still don't have a library. And what else do we not have? The only thing we've not made is a library. So my partner here in life, who is a former librarian, would be very disappointed in me. But we'll get to that here shortly. Hospital's looking pretty good. Kind of. Doors everywhere. All we need here. Yeah, that's actually looking really good for the hospital. We even have our entire hospital staff. If you remember last episode, we did assign a bunch of people here. We have no beds in the common area. We have 5 tables, 2 traction benches, 5 chests. We don't have any thread. We do have cloth, splints, crutches, powder, buckets, no soap. How do you make soap? Oh, make soap from tallow. That might be what I'm looking for. Let's see if we can just make 10 soap. It's probably going to error out on me, but at least it's going to tell me what I need to make the soap. How's our combat squads doing? We have a couple folks who are still practicing archery on their own and individual combat. That's actually kind of helpful, that they just kind of come and do their own thing. It looks like maybe having them always equipped is the better option. I don't see a lot of movement in this area anymore. Deacon, however, is going to pick up their equipment. Let's watch Deacon for a minute. You're part of the Axe Dwarves squad, so you should be arming up at this stage. Instead, you're just kind of going all over. Yeah. Once again, getting into an endless loop of help me, please. I wonder if you just have to let it run for a while and get them, and they eventually kind of like unscrew whatever is going on in their head. Hauling a bracelet, hauling their pick. I mean, this is crazy. Grabbing the bracelet, I bet. God, stuff like this makes me just want to smash my face into the wall. What are you doing? You have a ton of shoes on you right now. I mean, as long as you eventually get to work, I guess I don't care. It's just confusing because theoretically this person should be, as she is part of the, they are part of the Axe Dwarves squad. So the Axe Dwarves squad have equipment orders. So right now, everything is green for Kikrost and Rimtar. Great names. I don't know what this indicates. I don't know if there's like supposed to be a contextual menu here. Is it this specific item? Maybe they're trying to find this particular item exactly. Two assigned items. So, like, they're looking for their iron shield. And really, I kind of want it to be anything. Really wish we could see more information here. It'd be kind of cool if dwarves randomly went for a checkup. I bet that's somewhere in the developer's mind is to add in like a checkup area, like where dwarves can get sick, so they have to go every so often to get checked up. I wonder too if I just saw something sticking off the side of the screen here. I wonder if maybe my windows are screwing up, like the way I've got my layout here. Like maybe something is getting covered up. Maybe an important piece of information is actually kind of getting screwed up here. So let's use 90% of my interface. This scales to like a bunch. So what if I do this? This is tiny, tiny text. Hopefully that didn't break the game. Sorry, by the way, if you can't really see the icons anymore. Wow, that's hard to see. Let me go back to the just checking and testing if maybe there was extra detail that I might not have been able to see. Like I want to click on this and be like, why? What do the dots indicate? Why is it yellow? You know what? When in doubt, we should probably go into the menu system. That is so small, even I can't read it. Yeah, you know what? Let's read the RTFM. Let's read the manual on the military. Okay, before you create a military, you must assign someone. Yes, we've got that part. Check mark to select the squad and give them orders in the position. Got it. Individual orders. We understand that. Kill, station, etc. Got it. The equipment screen allows you to assign the uniforms of the selected squads. You can assign new uniforms to your squads and add new one, customize it. Customize each individual soldier. Schedule is a powerful tool to give automatic orders to the selected squad. Routines are individual orders given to a squad or individual members of said squad. A monthly schedule. Yep, we got that part. That's it. That is the military tutorial in a nutshell. So I don't think I missed anything there in terms of equipment. I'm probably just going to have to delve into the forums a little bit and find out more information. I mean, unless their gear got removed, but all of the armor should just be chilling out here. It's not restricted or anything. Yeah, we'll come back to that stuff in a bit. We're just kind of banging our heads against the wall. We have other stuff to do. One of those things is to finish out this bedroom that's been taken forever. Now that we have even more dwarves, we probably need to go ahead and fire off the next order to start digging the next residential expansion. Because we are getting dwarves left, right, and center at the moment. You know, I think in order to maybe cool down on this, we actually stop creating wealth. If we want to stop the expansion, we stop making our fortress so appealing to immigrants. Because I don't believe you can just straight up stop immigration completely. There's no like, hey, we're not accepting anyone else. It's more of like, nobody else will come because they don't think your fortress has anything to offer. I don't mind getting more dwarves. It's just that it's starting to become a bit of a sprint to keep up with things. At some point, we'll probably need to, as I mentioned before, redo how our crafting area is set up. Let's go ahead and also drop in some statues for my lovely mayor. Oh, the mayor. I think it's just a matter of like adding a bunch of stuff. Like here's a random cabinet. A cabinet at every floor. And yeah, we really have so much stuff that we constantly need in supply. I'm getting towards the decision to go ahead and redo our crafting area. So maybe we wind up setting a group of four shops here to be the craft shops. We move the kiln and glass furnace up here. No one really uses these at the moment anyways. And then we replace this with another mason shop. Still making furniture from this area. Are we out of mudstone? I've been powering through my mudstone quite a bit. There's Rimtar. Rimtar is hanging out. What a great name. Was it Reptar? Why do I think of the word Reptar? Is that from... I think that's from Rugrats. Rimtar is reminding me of Rugrats. So Rimtar and Kikrost have decided to wear their armor at all times. The other dwarfs, though, aren't. It has to be about the fact that they're looking for their specific equipment. What if I just reassign the... What if I assign them the iron axes, which was a uniform? I wish you could open up a uniform thing. No assigned item. I just want an iron breastplate. I guess we could just, yeah, replaces the clothing. I mean, now it doesn't matter that it replaces clothing because we've set them to always wear their equipment at all times. We'll try this. We'll see if this helps out at all. So I'm assigning a brand new uniform, which means they're going to forget their old attachments to gear. We are out of bolts in the main area. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Cancels make wooden bolts, needs logs in linked stockpile. Stockpile 55. Oh, it's this one over here. We actually, in fact, are out of bolts for here. And we don't have this pulling from anything. So I guess we could say I want you to pull from here and start getting more wood into that little area as well. Oh, yeah. On that note, ooh, Yasha has decided to make something fancy. She's withdrawing from society. Exciting times ahead for Yasha. Let's follow her. She is going to make something out of bone, I think, down here. So she's currently hauling mudstone, a bunch of shells. Does she have any skill in bone crafting? I don't think she does. It looks like she is getting more stone stuff. So this is a crafts dwarf's workshop. The input for this was set to this particular area. Again, this was like for if I ever wanted to make stuff out of bones. Thankfully, though, it looks like we've got everything that Yasha wants. There we go, Yasha. Become another random bone crafter out of or stone crafter out of nowhere. Man, she's getting a ton of stuff. She is making a very complex artifact. She's rocking, though. She's going ham. New petition here. We have a person that wants to live with us. We're going to go ahead and accept that. I wonder if they have to wait until there's an available bedroom. Holy cow, she is pulling in a ton of resources here. Please start. Please start your project. I think as long as they're moving towards making their project, like they're bringing stuff in, they're fairly happy. Holy crap. Elk leather, a bunch of cut gems. Thankfully, we had some of those cut. More logs, leather, etc. Do you still need something? Nope, you've started your project. Well, fantastic. We'll check back later to see what Yasha has created. what I was about to do was to go to the military area. Remember, I just made this particular expansion. I want to delete this stockpile. So we're going to remove this stockpile. We're also going to remove, I think I'm going to remove all of the gear stockpiles for, like, why not just have it where it needs to be? This probably doesn't make any sense. So we're going to grab everything and remove it. And then all equipment will properly be stored here. This was our backpack, flask, and quiver zone. So here we're going to store ammunition. It's only going to be made of metal. This is going to be the metal arrows here. And then we're going to set up another stockpile for just wooden arrows or bolts. So nothing metal, but I will accept bone and wood. Doesn't matter what it is. Wooden bolts. My theory is once we get this organized, if this is all the gear that we've got, all of the, you know, maximum ammunition here, I should be able to forbid this entire area through the use of this tool, where I can basically just say, don't touch this. And I can then set the group to training, and they're going to only use the wooden bolts during training. It's a bit manual, but I think it might work. Aethel Taught Work wants to live here for the purposes of entertaining people. Awesome. How did my squad do with equipping themselves? Nobody has equipped themselves, other than Rimtar. What is happening with my gear? Is it forbidden? Oh, did something go forbidden, maybe? I can't really see. Let's double... I can't see this stack, so I'm going to say, let's make sure that nothing is forbidden in this entire double stack here. What's Kiffy up to? He's cutting gems. And that's it. He's got his axe in hand. It's weird that they're basically ignoring my order to, like, gear up. You can see Deacon going through their clothing. Zverda's doing the same thing. So I think they're... Oh, God. They're running into the same problem before. Oh, you know what? I wonder if... Is Deacon a miner? That's what's happening, I think. I've got Deacon on a mining order, so he keeps going to replace his pick. And I think that's freaking out the game. That's specific to Deacon, though. Zverda and Kif shouldn't care if they are hauling around an axe, because that is part of their job. Kif is just rocking out cutting gems, apparently. Very focused, interesting. Even though he's got a bunch of unmet needs, a bunch of the satisfied stuff makes him happy. So Deacon's getting their gear now. That's good. Maybe it is a problem having people who have a special role. Zyasha has finished creating Okulbel, whatever that name is, a mudstone mug. She dips it. She offers it to the dipped pillars. Let's take a quick peek at that. It should be right here. There is the mug. It is encircled with bands of rectangular mudstone cabochons and elkbird feathers. On this item is an image of a long four-sided prism in sardonyx. Sure, obviously, fantastic. Yasha, did you come away with that? Yes, you did. You are now a legendary stone crafter. That means, Yasha, you've been promoted to a dedicated stone crafter's workshop at some point. I'm going to go ahead and kill our existing workshops for a bit. We'll come back to this in just a moment. Cool beans. Kif, what are you up to, buddy? Where'd you go? So the rest of the squad is pretty well geared now. Let's take a look at the equip screen. It's all green, so they actually do have their weapons on them. It's probably strapped to their back. Let's take a look at Deacon. Man, it's hard to find people now. Here's Deacon. Destroy the building. You have your... You don't have your axe. Oh, you do. Yeah, your shield and your axe are both strapped to your body. This seems way better to always be geared up and ready to go. And I don't know if they're going to get grumpy or not. If you're destroying a building, you should be right here. Are you upset about the fact that you're wearing your gear? No, you're just happy because your gear is awesome. Unable to wander for too long. That should be satisfied here coming up. Also being with family and friends. So our outliers right now is still Kiffy and Zverda. And I wonder if that's because they are set for this labor. I'm going to uncheck Kiff and Zverda. And I'll let Dread and the other crew kind of chill for a bit. I think Alice and Jade do have to constantly stay on duty. So, let's see. I'm just going to make a random person a woodcutter at this point. Doesn't matter. Who doesn't have a job? You're a farmer, you're a woodcutter. You're a brewer, herbalist, you're now cutting wood. Awesome. Odam. So, we'll try to maybe see if that helps the issue. I think it's when they have a job that gives them a specific item, seems to be interfering with that. So Zverda's gearing up. I saw her go through a bunch of different equipment here. This is actually kind of cool on this little screen. You're able to see what they're doing. She's got one of her fabulous blue gauntlets on. Did we really make this out of like purple or blue? What is this? Who cares? Major Kiffy, it looks like he's also trying to go gear up somewhere. Picking up equipment. Where are you picking up that equipment from? Hey, it's the appropriate place. Kind of. Man, gear is stored everywhere. I think that's what we're dealing with in the fortress. It's just everything is everywhere all at once. There is a mess. You can see people do store their clothing in their room. But at least you kind of are geared up at this point, though. Yeah, you've got all your gear. Storing stuff, and you're back to work. Okay, so our main squad is actually armored up and ready to go. That did seem to be the best thing. What about our other squad? Our other... oh, sorry, guys. I didn't realize that the time went over a little bit. I got distracted by shiny things. Udib wants to reside here. We're going to go ahead and approve that request. Don't care who it is. You're always welcome to join us. We are going to have to expand our tavern at some point soon. It's getting pretty packed in here. And sweet mother of God, can I please get this Cowlanite hauled out at some point? All right. More to come in the next episode. Until then, friends, I will deal with my awful hiccups. We've been looking at characters nonstop, so we'll just pick, I don't know, let's pick a random animal. Stray billy goat. Grouchy when caught in the rain. I love that a stray billy goat has grouchy. Taking a quick look around at others as well. We've got a bunch of dingoes. We'll go ahead and do dingo here. And not too bad. I don't think they're going to come hurt the fortress. All right, friends, thanks for joining me for this episode of Dwarf Fortress. We will catch up in the next episode where I'm going to try to remind myself to do a bunch of chores like attach our dogs to poles and to security areas and maybe clean up the rest of our military stuff. Lots of random pools of wine. Does that mean people have been puking everywhere? More to come. Story at 8. Thanks for joining. See you then.